Hi everyone. Excuse me. Hi everyone. So between now and Easter, we're going to be spending all of our time in John's Gospel. So a challenge that I'm setting for everyone here is to work through John's Gospel and read it at least once in that time in the next 3 months. Okay, it's 3 months. It's a long time. We've got enough time to get through it at least once. But for those who really want a challenge with it, here it is. Read it in one sitting. Yeah, read John's Gospel in one sitting. So I'm putting that out there for you. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to try and go through it now and see how I go. Reading John in one sitting. We'll see you on the end of this. Well, that took a lot longer than what I thought it might. Actually, that's not true. No, I did think that it would take me a while to cover John in one sitting. I reckon that took me about four and a half hours. Don't get discouraged. That's because I was taking notes. Like, I couldn't stop. I'm reading. I'm going, oh, that's really good, so I started taking a lot of notes, and I took like 10 pages of notes. So a couple of the things that I noticed when I went through it was I noticed a real escalation of language and intensity of what Jesus was saying, and the conflict that was happening between himself and the Pharisees and the scribes and the chief priests and the elders. As time was going on, Jesus was becoming far more explicit about things that he was making claims to, so that by the time it gets to, chapter 14, 15, 16, in that area where Jesus is just talking to his disciples, he's being a bit more direct and a bit more explicit about who he is and where he's come from. I also know it's quite repetitive as well. But repetitive, but then it's almost like a spiral kind of dialogue. That it sort of starts small and it gets it gets broader and broader, and you feel like you're hearing the same thing again over and over and over, but there's slight differences and variations along the way. So it's good to pay attention to I found myself sort of at different times sort of going backward and forward. I've read that before, where have I read that? And trying to look for the reference, and sometimes being able to find it, sometimes not. So anyway, that's why, again, took me quite a while to get through it all. But really glad I have. It's been a long time since I've finished reading or read all of John's Gospel all the way through. Have I in one sitting? I'm not sure if I've ever actually done it in one sitting before. I should say that I had a break for lunch, and you can see I've put some more books up in my bookshelf because I needed to move some of them in. So anyway, what did you notice? I'd love to hear your thoughts as you take up this challenge of reading John in one sitting, or in an afternoon, or in a morning, or a day, or maybe if you need to, then over a couple of days. What did you notice? What did you pick up? What did you learn? Would love to hear that. So look forward to that. Thanks.